This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Right now, it's only talk. The topic is, should some local municipalities leave the Hazleton Area School District to join the Berwick Area School District? We'll hear from Berwick Superintendent next. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. I'm Ken Cara, and these are your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. We've heard about it for years, a possible split by one section of the Hazleton Area School District to join the Berwick Area School District. Well, it appears the subject has resurfaced, and this time the Berwick Area School District is willing to listen. The subject came up at Monday night's meeting of the Berwick Area School Board. Our Lisa Sugart spoke via telephone today with Berwick Area Superintendent Wayne Brookhart.
We just made an announcement that there were some preliminary talks that had taken place, and we did not have any significant or substantial discussion. It was more an announcement so that people knew that the things they may have heard in the community were true.
So there have been some quiet talks, but the Berwick
Yes.
Area School District, you yourself are interested in exploring this possibility?
Yeah, we're interested. Again, preliminary stages. We hopefully, as we move forward with this, we find something that's mutually beneficial to the residents that we hear maybe looking for somewhat of a change to our district and ideally to Hazleton as well. School districts all have different needs and different challenges, and maybe there is a match out there that can help all of us. We've had declining enrollment. We have space in our high school. We have a discussion going on about an elementary school at Escatec because their enrollment is relatively low at this point. And we think our district is fiscally stable. We've got a lot of recognition for academic achievements, and we know that Hazleton Area School District has a rich history and is very proud of the community and its kids, but we know they've been faced with substantial challenges with some of the rapid increases in enrollment. So maybe there's something out there that can help all of us. If not, though, we've always spent us some time.
I guess right now what you're looking at involves students at the Valley Elementary Middle School in the Hazleton Area School District?
That's been the discussion at this point, and I think it's important to stress the discussions did not start with our administration, nor did they start with our board, nor Hazleton's. They were actually from intermediaries that were close to the districts, but not necessarily aligned with the district. But yes, that's my understanding, and I've learned an awful lot more about some of the situations Hazleton's faced and the challenges that the district is encountering at this point.
One person who was talking with the Berwick Superintendent was Rick Morelli. Morelli is a former member and past president of the Hazleton Area School Board. He's also the father of a soon-to-be school-age child. Morelli, who is also a political analyst for SSPTV, was in our studios today and confirmed the preliminary talks.
This is a subject that has been out there for years. 30 years ago, there was a talk about the Hazleton Area School District breaking off. It never happened. About a year ago, there was some discussion with some members in the Valley of people getting petitions out there. And what that did was it got back to the Berwick School District, who is now looking at a building plan, and they said, is there interest of us possibly taking on parts of the Valley? So I have spoke to the superintendent in Berwick because of just my involvement in the area, being on the school board, and again as a father who's interested in the future of our area. And the long and short of it is that the Berwick School District is interested in looking at parts of the Hazleton Area School District, specifically Sugarloaf, Cunningham, and Black Creek.
Dr. Craig Butler, the superintendent of the Hazleton Area School District today, confirmed that he has had one conversation with the Berwick superintendent and that the Hazleton Area School Board is aware of the situation and considering the financial ramifications. Dr. Butler says the district values very highly all their students and would not want to lose any. He says the district is starting to do its homework on the matter if something were to ever materialize. The process is very complicated and we will have more on it later this week. Meanwhile, SSPTV News is conducting an unscientific poll on our Facebook page on the subject. You can weigh in with your opinion by going to facebook.com/SSPTV News. A bad headache can really ruin your day. Our Janine Mazurkevich went looking for relief at a local chiropractor's office who tells us that he got bad headaches while he was in college.
Well, do you get chronic headaches? If you do, you may want to stop here at Sacco Chiropractic, because I'm told that chiropractic care can actually help, and Dr. Scott Sacco specializes in this.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really focused on headaches and vertigo when I was in chiropractic college and a lot of my training. I played football in college and I suffered with chronic migraines, chronic headaches, chronic vertigo. I never really got any relief until I started doing consistent chiropractic care. I was always under chiropractic care my entire life, but never for a consistent basis. So I really focused on different areas and adjusting your neck and adjusting the certain areas that will throw things off in your equilibrium. And that'll a lot of times cause headaches or cause vertigo. And a lot of times you get that structure to move back in, it will help with headaches. So I've had fantastic results in sometimes as little as 1 to 2 visits. Other times it takes a little bit longer, but.
And how does someone get this vertigo? Because I know some people who get this constant vertigo.
Well, vertigo a lot of times is a connection between your eyes and your ears. So in your ears, the ear tubes, you almost have a little level. It's almost like a bubble. Your eyes always want to stay horizontal with whenever you're looking at something. That's why sometimes if something's off for somebody, you see them crooked, but their eyes are always going to be level. So if you have an inner ear issue and it's talking with your eyes, it'll battle back and forth and it'll cause that constant vertigo. And that could be coming from something being off in your neck. So a lot of times getting your upper cervicals adjusted will correct that.
All right. Also, I want to mention quickly that you have someone here, an employee that actually is bilingual. So if you do speak Spanish, you are more than welcome to come in as a new patient because you have someone that could relate.
Yes, absolutely. She translates with us. She'll actually come back into the room with each patient and translate to myself and explain to me what's going on. So we really know the true cause of someone's problem that's coming in here.
Very good. We will see you next week with more chiropractic tips here at Sacco Chiropractic.
Thanks, Janine. Tonight we want to give a shout out to Cynthia Pick, one of our SSPTV News fans on Facebook. Thank you, Cynthia, so much for the support. Like our Facebook page for your chance at a nightly news shout out. Well, there's a lot ahead on SSPTV News. We'll take a look at Minersville's win over Monoy area in girls basketball in the state AA semifinals. Plus, we'll preview Hazelton Day at Citizens Bank Park this summer. When we come back, we'll get wild bow hunting and practice some turkey calls with Dennis Gans.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Hey folks, welcome to this week's segment of Wild Bout Hunting. And I'm in my driveway surrounded by a lot of white snow, but I'm thinking spring. Even though it doesn't look or feel like it, I'm thinking spring, and there's 2 things that are coming up that can't get me more excited, and that's spring turkey season and the opening days of trout season here in Pennsylvania. A couple of things that I like to keep in mind and get myself prepared with for getting set for the season, and then some tips that you can be doing is with turkey season right now, you should be practicing with your calls. Try and find a place in your house so you don't get on everybody's nerves, but practice your calls, especially if it's a new call that maybe you just got this year and you're not used to it. Get used to the feel with the striker, get used to the tones so you know how they vary and how they may sound in it, because you never know what that gobbler is going to want to listen to and come into when you're out in the woods. So be practicing with your calls. Some other things that you keep in mind, I always, when I go into the woods, I'm carrying a pair of pruning shears because I never know when I'm going to need to snip something away really quick, maybe make a natural cover for myself. If you're hunting with a ground blind, these things are great to brush it back in, so get a pair of pruning shears. Optics, this time of the year you want to be out looking and scouting, trying to find out where those turkeys are at. So always carry a good pair of optics. I never leave the house without mine when I'm heading to the woods or somewhere near. You may see them alongside the road, pull over, check them out. This will help you kind of pattern those birds, where they're coming and going, and get your setup for the opening day hunt. Vests. We're talking fishing season and turkey season. I've got a fishing vest and a turkey vest. They're great. I can pack all my gear in it for whatever the outing is that I'm going for. And the weather is always changing in the spring. So I always carry a great pair of rain gear. That's something easy to slip on. It's lightweight and it protects me from the element, extends my hunt or my fishing trip in the outdoors. And when it comes to fishing, you know, your poles that you take are never enough. I can never have enough fishing poles, but these are two of my favorites. This is a longer pole that I'll use if I'm fishing out on the lake and I want to get a longer cast, and then I also have an ultralight pole. These things are great for kids. They enjoy them. You want to be checking your fishing line, hooks, checking your reels, cleaning them, maybe doing a little bit of oil to them. Things like that, just to make your time when you get out to really get set and enjoy it, so you don't run into any problems and you're prepared to enjoy the whole day outdoors. If you have any questions or you want to know more about what we do here at Wild About Hunting, email us at info@wildaboutHunting.com. Subscribe to our newsletter on our website, and we'll see you next week somewhere in the hunting woods.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
I was checking out some clouds over downtown Hazleton this afternoon. Honestly, I didn't think it was that bad out, but tonight the cold is really coming. This is our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight it will be clear. Our low will be 11 degrees. However, it will feel like 0 degrees, northwest wind from 10 to 15 miles per hour. Wind chill also a factor on Thursday. It will be sunny with a high near 35, but with the wind chill it will feel like -1. On Thursday night, increasing clouds with a low around 28 degrees. Friday we go up in temperature, 60% chance of rain, snow, and freezing rain and sleet before 8 a.m., then rain likely in the afternoon. Our high will be 44 degrees. Friday night, slight chance of rain, mostly cloudy, low of 43. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high of 57. That looks good. Saturday night, 50% chance of rain, cloudy, low of 37 degrees. On Sunday, rain likely will be in the mid-40s for a high. Sunday night, rain likely. It will be cloudy with a low of 34 degrees.
It is one of the largest Chinese auctions, I think, in the entire viewing audience. It is the annual ACS Chinese auction taking place this Sunday at the Lakeside Ballroom. And here to tell us all about it is one of the ladies who has helped to make it possible, she and her mom. This is Jessica Kutza. She calls herself an auction volunteer, but she's really like a little, I don't know what the word is, an Energizer bunny that she and her mom get these things together. How many items for this Chinese auction?
We have over 500 items this year. It's a huge variety. Theme baskets, gift certificates, electronics, vacations. It's everything. It's crazy.
It is crazy. So tell me, you and your mother have been doing this, you said, for about a dozen years.
I believe this is our 12th year. The auction has been going on probably, I'm guessing 17, 18 years, but this has been our 12th year doing it.
And what made you get involved?
I got involved by my mom. Like, my mom kind of brought me into it. She was involved for many years and then just kind of said, you're helping too. No choice.
But this has been an effort of love, I know. I mean, you've put a lot of hard work and time into this. So tell us, I guess, what does this do for the American Cancer Society? Because all the money raised then is donated to the ACS. It'll be donated, I guess, at the upcoming telethon in April?
Yes, all the money raised at the Chinese auction will be donated at the telethon, which is April 8th and 9th at Penn's Peak. Last year we raised $25,000 on the Chinese auction, so this year we're hoping to hit, we'd like maybe say 26,000, but anything over 25 and we beat last year.
$25,000, that's just in 1 year, so I can only imagine the total that you've raised over the years.
It's, I don't exactly know what it is, but it's a lot. I mean, the past few years have been over 20 grand, so it's a lot of money to go to cancer research.
Wow, so now this big Chinese auction takes place this Sunday, and the doors open at 11:30, the auction's at 2:30, so tell people, what do they do when they come in? Is there a fee to get in, or?
The doors open at 11:30. There is no fee. We have plenty of parking, plenty of seating. The regular Chinese auction tickets, which are the normal ones, the 25 to a sheet, they're $5 each. And then we have other prize tickets, which are our big prize tickets, and those are 3 for $1.
Okay. And the big thing is, too, you do not need to be present to win, right?
Correct. We sell ticket insurance for the regular Chinese auction prizes, and then the big prizes you can put your name and phone number on, and we will call you if you win.
All right, you can't beat that. You come down, it is on Sunday only, and it's taking place, the doors opening up at 11:30, the items starting to be auctioned off at 2:30, and then you want people to also donate to the American Cancer Society, so they can go to the website as well, correct?
Yes, the website is www.cancertelethon.org, and if they have any questions about the auction, our contact info is on there, or if they'd just like to donate, there's a donate link on there.
All right, so you can do it a multitude of ways. You can win great prizes. You can help out a great cause. And if you can't come to this event, we hope that you will call in for the telethon. Again, the telethon taking place?
April 8th and 9th at Penn's Peak in Jim Thorpe.
All right, you heard it all. Come out to the Chinese auction this Sunday at the Lakeside Ballroom starting at 11:30. The auction begins at 2:30, and I hope you win one of the big prizes.
Thanks, Lisa. There's no better feeling than winning a tricky tray. I've never won the lottery. I'm sure that's cool too. Pick 2, your midday winning lottery numbers will start with pick 2, 2-1, pick 3, 2-2-3, pick 4, 2-4-1-1, and your pick 5 numbers 0-9-2-7-5. Hazleton, the party's at Citizens Bank Park this August. We'll tell you about it after this break.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
In front of a packed crowd at Mart's Hall in Pottsville, the Monoy area Lady Bears threw everything they had at their rival Minersville. It was the third time the teams were meeting up this season, and it was the third win for the Batlin Miners, and this one sends them to Hershey for the state championship. Monoy really held their own, but after making it an 8-point game with under 4 minutes left, Minersville held them scoreless the rest of the way. But the Bears really pushed their rivals, and they reached the AA state semifinals for the second straight season in girls basketball. A number of the players on Monoy's roster will be back next season to give it another go. Jordan Carmonic will be back, and she led the team with 8 points in this one. Megan Babinski will be back as well. She had 7 points, and so did Abby McGee, who is only a sophomore. Congratulations to Monoy area on a great year this season. Minersville will face Bishop McCourt this Thursday for the state championship. Let's rush all the way through the summer and think about August now. I'm kidding, cherish every moment. However, I do want to get you to start thinking about August 27th because that's going to be a really fun day and a major celebration of Hazleton. Recently, I sat down with Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat to talk about Hazleton Day at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. So toward the end, Game 7 of the World Series, Mayor, I was at Cassat's watching on our Try Not to Suck, Do Simple Better bar tour, and it was kind of, it represented the Hazleton area to me because you'll see some Phillies things hanging up in the restaurant and bar, and then there was Cubs stuff all over the place, and that's how a lot of our residents are now. There's a lot of split loyalties. You as well? Or?
Yeah, I'm a Cub fan now too. You know, I split my loyalties down the middle.
Were you a Phillies fan? I mean, you were a Phillies fan, right?
I was a Phillies fan. I was a Rays fan and then a Phillies fan, and then I switched over to the Cubs.
So you have that. You're now coming up with Hazleton Day down at Citizens Bank Park. This is a big deal. This is going to be in Philadelphia. Just tell us how this came about and what it's going to be.
Well, I wanted to try to do something for the entire community to get together. You know, so many people wanted to go and see the World Series games, and it all came up back then. And when I seen the schedule and that the Phillies were playing the Cubs, I thought the idea, maybe we try to get a bus trip to go down there. So I reached out to the Phillies, one of my old contacts from when I used to do the bus trips, and I asked him if there's any chance of having a Hazleton Day. And he said, we could dedicate it. You have to do, X, Y, and Z, and we could call it Hazleton Day.
So did this go through? Did the Phillies say, or are you still in the process now of saying, let's get the people, let's get the buses?
No, I agreed to buy a substantial amount of tickets.
Okay.
And then he assured me that it'll be considered Hazleton Day. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some other things thrown in there with it, but it's going to be Hazleton Day. It'll be recognized. It'll be on the board, things like that.
Mayor Jeff Cassat bobblehead, or
they should.
they should do that.
My head always bounces around.
That'd be a nice little touch there, and it is nice to do this because, like you said, maybe people couldn't. A lot of people, I'm sure, not get out to those World Series days, but they want to share in with Joe Madden, and he'll be at the park that day. It's always something special, and it'll be neat to hang out, I guess, with some of the people from Hazleton. Have a big Hazleton party.
Yeah. Well, my idea was I used to like to be involved with so many different charities, and my thought was if I buy a large amount of tickets, I could get them at a better price, and I could give or sell to other charities a smaller quantity at the same discounted price, or in thereabouts, and then they could run their own fundraiser. So I was reaching out and trying to get, okay, hey, you take 50 tickets at $15 each. You can put a bus trip together, and you can make a couple $1,000s a piece.
That's nice. If people are interested in nonprofit organization, they say, hey, how do I get on a bus? Can they contact you or City Hall?
Everybody's been calling me. If you're interested in running a bus, if you're interested in getting on the bus, or if you just want individual tickets, I've been honoring that also. So some people call and say, hey, we would like to get on the bus. I'm like, okay, well, I have this group going, this group going, and this group going. What more or less fits your interests? So it's been pretty nice.
You think this will pique Joe Madden's interest as he finds out maybe, hey, there's a Hazleton Day in August? I know he's very busy during the baseball season in August.
I'm sure he'll find out about it. I mean, I did reach out to his family up at the Hip Center and told them of my plans to do that. I chose the Sunday game, Sunday afternoon game. It's the weekend before school goes back, so I thought it was also a good way to have one last family trip before going back to school.
Mayor, last thing I want to ask you, we talked last, I think, around the time, we talked about Joe Madden, around the time of the World Series, in the aftermath and all that, when Joe came home for all the events. How did that go? Bill Murray comes to the Hazleton area. I mean, Hazleton was really in the spotlight at that time. There were a few national stories that went out there. You feel we were in the good in the spotlight there?
It was nice to be in the good for a change. Hazleton makes the national news quite often, for a lot of good things, a couple bad things, but it's nice to be out there and have one of our own be a success.
I thought it was really fun. My favorite part of the whole thing was when the kids were there and they were kind of asking at that Joe Madden Day in Hazleton, they got the questions. Do you have a favorite part of when Joe was home?
It was nice because he always stops back at Casats. We talk about things, and I gave him something from the restaurant from when he was a little boy. It was on the wall, so I actually gave it to him, and he was kind of excited.
Casats got a shout out, didn't they? In the post game, he said bellhops, right? Or
he always mentions us. I mean, he spent a lot of his young adult life there when he lived in Hazleton. And he always stops in when he comes home.
That's great. Well, Mayor, thank you for your time. Very busy man, especially right now. And get in touch with him about Hazleton Day, Citizens Bank Ballpark. Think about much warmer times with the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Tamaqua Community Arts Center will be holding a free bucket list book club event featuring the book A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. This meeting will be held Wednesday, April 5th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the center that is located on 125 Pine Street. For more information, please call 570-668-1192. Our next announcement, the 2017 Coal Cracker 10K and Fun Run will be held June 10th in Shenandoah. Registration begins at 7:30 a.m. at the headquarters of Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated, located on Main Street. The Fun Run begins at 9 and 10K begins at 10 a.m. Everyone is welcome to attend, and for more information, just call 570-462-0389. And finally, the Spellbind Magic Show is coming to the Butler Township Community Center Saturday, April 1st. This all-age, unique comedy and magic experience will feature professional magicians from northeastern Pennsylvania. All proceeds benefit Cub Pack number 63 in drums. Doors open at 6, show begins at 7 p.m., and tickets are available by calling 570-807-1091. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Charles Joseph Joe Hackett of drums. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Good Shepherd Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. The Harmon Funeral Home assisted the family with the arrangements. Robert Andrew Groman of Exeter. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Joyce E. Bursey, formerly of West Hazleton. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. in the parish of St. Cyril Methodius at the Church of St. Joseph. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Mildred Jennery of West Hazleton. Mildred, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
It's about to get all arty in downtown Hazleton. Art Youth Expo is coming up. We'll be talking about it in the coming days here on SSP TV News. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Take it easy.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.